Dude, so tell me about making this movie, because it was such a weird time where you had already started and you had the pandemic and stuff. Did you get to record most of it before everything started locking down?
No, I recorded it pretty much as soon as this lockdown happened, like the day of almost. It feels like I did it all in my closet at my house for a year.
That had to be fun.
It was fun, actually. My neighbors probably didn't find it fun because I was screaming "Andiamo!" and like woohoo in my closet for that long. People thought I was probably crazy, but little did they know, so I got a boy now.
It's like this is your second time with action figures and stuff.
No, right? Dude. It's like
third. Shazam, you got some, right? I mean,
with Shazam, and then with it also, I got.
Oh yeah,
isn't that wild?
That's your new contract. Like, if it doesn't have an action figure, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, like if I don't try, these are like, this is currency, man. This is like an Oscar being a toy. It's wild.
I mean, they last longer. It feels like.
Yeah.
Totally. People for sure remember toys way longer than Oscars. Yeah. All the best movies are the ones like, oh, they didn't win. That's why you remember them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so you're clearly like, you got a lot of hair going on. Alberto has some of the coolest Pixar hair ever. That like, it's curly, but it has that little like thing in the front.
I can't pull it off. My head is too circular. He's got a
it was like, because even Luca tried at one point, and it was only that one scene. But Alberto, I mean, he was, as soon as he got out of the water too, just pop right back.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
He's got great hair.
Now you had to have like a ton of fun doing the Italian bits. Like,
yes,
because he didn't speak like Italian all the time, but like the silencio and the stupido, like that had to be so much fun.
It's fun. And then one thing that actually came from Enrico, the director, he in his childhood he had a friend. He said that he was more like Luca growing up, but he had a friend who was exactly like Alberto. And when they first met, he introduced himself and he went Girolamo Trombetta, and like that's what Alberto does, and it means nothing. It's like gibberish, I think, almost. And it's like a name, but basically it's like a thing that the kids used to do. They grab the hand and they twist it like that, and they say that. And Enrico put it in the movie, which is really funny.
Because it kind of works. He's like, I don't know if that's what humans do, but I think, because I'm going to pretend I'm an expert on everything, like, it worked great for that character.
Yeah.
Now, in real life, do you find yourself more of a Luca or more of an Alberto?
I'm so much more of an Alberto. Like, I really assimilate with Alberto for many reasons. I think for one, we both are very impulsive. With the whole Silencio Bruno thing is like, we both eliminate doubt always. Like, there's two ways this can go, either wonderfully or terribly, and I'm choosing to think that it's going to go wonderfully. And it probably will go terribly, but let's not think about that. Let's just do it and see what happens.
And if it does, like, you get a good story out of it, so it's worth it either way.
Yeah, exactly. And just get it on camera. That's the only thing that matters. If you get it on camera and you die, it's brilliant.
You'll be famous in death. It'll all work out in the end.
Yeah.
Somebody will reap the benefit of your demise.
Totally.
Exactly. Now, so before you did, I mean, you've been kind of in the business for a long time, but before the last few years, what was the bigger like dream for you, to be a big like part of a Disney movie or to be in a superhero movie? Because you've accomplished both already at 17, which is ridiculous.
Honestly, all this stuff that's happened is like far. It's like it was unfathomable for me before any of it happened. Like, I thought that my expectations were like, I want to work with his talented actors. That's all I want to do. Just work alongside talented actors. I want to be able to tell stories. I want to act. I want to play characters. I honestly don't care what they are. I just love to tell stories. I love to play make believe and play pretend, and that's what I love to do. But then to become involved with so many of these vast universes, such as DC, EU, Stephen King franchise, Pixar. Man, like, it's seriously so surreal. It's unreal.
And you mentioned like meeting cool actors, like working with cool people, talented people. I talked to Jacob yesterday, and he said you guys still have not like actually met in person.
No,
at this point. Like you've zoomed like once or twice, and that's been it.
Yeah, we zoomed today. Actually, we got close today, sort of, kind of.
That's awesome.
But I mean, Luca and Alberto, the chemistry is so organic.
Yeah, because I asked him, and the reason I didn't ask you because he already told me the answer, but like it almost felt to me like one of those, it's sometimes with animated movies, they'll put them in the same room to do stuff. It's not super common, but like sometimes when the chemistry is really great, it's because they were in the same room. And I thought that watching the movie, like you guys had worked together, doing this, and haven't even met.
No,
you guys were that good together off the bat.
I really have to hand it to Enrico for that. Like he like really did such a wonderful job of curating this relationship and making it so real and personal and great.
Yeah.
So,
it's really interesting. You want to know so much about like what their story looked like, because I've heard him talk so many times about like him and his Alberto, like in the 80s, and I just constantly go back to think about like what they're like. You wish they could have watched their friendship evolve,
yes,
to then like compare it to Luca and like see how all that unfolds. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie, man. I love the coolest thing watching the sea monsters like transform.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That blew my mind. Like, even having watched Pixar my whole life, that blew my mind.
Yeah. You know what the craziest thing is? Like, for the half the time that I was working on this, they didn't tell me what it was about. They didn't tell me anything, really. They just were like, okay, here's your motivation behind this line. They're like, okay. So then they'll be like, okay, with this line, this is what just happened to you. Okay, go. But they're very vague. Like, okay, feel like you were betrayed just now. Or like, something just excited you, so say the line. But like, I didn't know anything about us being sea monsters. I really had no idea what was going on. And then there was a line. I was like, okay, can you just tell me what the heck this movie's about? And yeah, man.
And then eventually you see it all unfold like in front of your eyes watching it. And it's just nothing like you expected.
Seriously, yeah.
That's awesome. That'd be such a fun surprise.
Yeah, and I didn't know who was in it either. Like, I was like,
in real life, you could never do that. Like in a live action movie, you could never get away with that.
No, exactly. You can get away with anything with animation, dude. Like the possibilities are endless, and it's so much fun. Like it's a whole nother beast in and of itself. Like a whole nother challenge.
Yeah,
and I love it. I really do love it.
Well, hopefully we get to see more Luca and Alberto. I mean, there's plenty of stories I think to tell with them, and with this Disney Plus thing, hopefully enough people watch it. Because there's not box office numbers to go off of, but hopefully enough people view it and they're like, yeah, like we'll do some more.
Yeah,
we'll do. I mean, every Pixar thing is a TV show now or something on Disney Plus, so give it a TV show. And you mentioned live action. So while I got you here, I can't not ask you about Shazam and what's going on. I know you're under lock and key for most of that stuff, but like, do you go back filming soon? What's the situation?
I'm in Atlanta right now filming Shazam 2, and it's going wonderfully. It's so fun, dude. Shazam's new costume, Zach's costume, is awesome. It's funny it's so funny. This one is so funny, and we really got a lot of freedom in this one. We're able to get away with a lot. It's really fun. Great cast. Helen Mirren is in it. Rachel Zegler from the new West Side Story, the Spielberg one. Lucy Liu. Great cast, bro. And Jaimin Husa, and of course Zachary Levi and the rest of them.
Yeah. The whole costume tease was great. Like it's complete darkness. You can't see anything that David put out. Yeah. It was awesome.